hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. through the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon, we lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for being here and hanging out and waiting for me. I cannot tell you how grateful I am that you guys are here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me get some additional light on real quick so I don't look like I have a massive shadow. Let me grab the remote for it. And that's not the right one. We are looking for this one. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so I see I've got Michelle's Crafts and More in the chat. Good evening. I've got Pajama Quilter Kimberly. Thank you for being here, Kimberly. I cannot talk. Laura, thank you for joining in. Dawn, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Today has been the day. You know, you always have those kinds of days where sewing and quilting is the relaxation you need. Andrea, howdy. Quilting in the Man Cave. Rob, hi. He says, hello, Miss Tammy. Well, hello back to you. I did get your name right? It is Rob. Rob, right. I think Rob, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me. Okay, so we got a couple things we're going to talk about, and everybody else gets to come back and rewatch the replay because they missed out being on time. Oh, hang on, you guys. I am so sorry. All right, whoever it is, they can leave a message. All right. So I told you guys we are going to do a fat quarter friendly project. Yes, I got it right, Rob. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So the fat quarter friendly project, you are going to need 12 fat quarters of a print or a focus fabric and 12 fat quarters of a background fabric. That will give you a throw-sized quilt. If you want to make a larger quilt, the other size that I am sponsoring, that I am putting out there, is going to be for a king size, and you will need, and I apologize, you guys, if you guys are hearing the background noise. I do have the window open. It is insanely hot in my studio today. It's 62 degrees outside, but it is 71 in here, and we do not have the heat on. So, you know, it happens. Welcome to weather. So you will need 28 fat quarters of a print and 28 of a background if you are going to do this for a king size quilt. Okay. So I'm doing a fat quarter friendly project coming up. Debbie, oh my gosh, hang on because I will talk about you in just a moment. So we are going to do a fat quarter friendly project. It is a quilt. You'll either come out with a throw size quilt if you do 24 total fat quarters, or you will come out with a king size if you do 56 total fat quarters. If you do anything in between those ranges, that is entirely up to you. My sample is going to be a wall hanging size. So I am using a total of 4 fat quarters to make just a wall hanging. It's not going to be super big. It's not going to be something fancy. But I am going to do a wall hanging so you guys can see what it's going to look like when we're done. And I'm going to walk you through everything. Lorraine, hello to you, Lorraine. Glad you are here. All right, so you guys, for the fat quarter friendly project, I've got some dates for you. May 9th, May 10th, May 16th, and 17th. Those are Thursdays and Fridays. Those are when we are going to be doing the fat quarter friendly project. So if you are wanting to join in, if you are wanting to put it together along with the rest of us, it is May 9th, 10th, 16th, and 17th. I'm going to spread it out over 4 days. It's not going to take us probably 4 days, but you guys will get all the instructions that you need. You will get all the pattern. It will be a printout pattern, so you won't have to necessarily watch the video to get the instructions. But the printout pattern will not be available until the videos are done. So May 17th, the videos will be done. That'll be the last video. And within 2 days, I will have that pattern published, okay, you guys? So if you want to join in, get your fat quarters ready and be ready. Go ahead and press starch if you have it. If you're willing to starch, go ahead and starch them. Just make sure that they're going to lay flat because you're going to want to get as much out of it as you can. There's only a very little bit of scrap. And when I say scrap, I'm talking less than 1 inch. Okay? So there is room if you have an error. I will go ahead and tell you right now. There is room if you have a cutting error. There's a way to fix it. It may not be the most pleasant way to fix it, but there is a way to fix it if you do have a cutting error. And there is a little bit of room for give. So, but out of the scraps, out of the waste is less than 1 inch. Okay. So these are going to use up the entirety of your fat quarters. If you want to use yardage, 12 fat quarters comes out to 3 yards. So you'll need 3 yards of a print and 3 yards of a background. And you definitely can do that if you prefer to do that. But I did write it intending to use fat quarters. And I will be using fat quarters. So if you've not cut your fabric into fat quarters, you will be able to do that when we are on the lives, okay? And I will show you what you're doing and how to do it, okay? So May 9th, 10th, 16th, and 17th. Those are the dates you need to put down on your calendar, okay? All right, another date you need down on your calendar is 1 week from today. So we are going to have Debbie from In Quilt Fact over here on my channel. I get her. Woohoo! I get Miss Debbie. Okay, so Debbie is going to be over here, and she's going to go over stuff she's got going on. Because she's got a lot of stuff going on, you guys. She has a slam-packed calendar. She was going to come do the Fat Quarter Friendly project with us, but you know what? She don't have time because she's got so much stuff. So we are going to sit down with her. We're going to give her a little bit of coffee break late in the evening. Or she can drink tea. She can drink whatever she wants to drink. And we are going to sit and chat and have a good time. Okay? So that is 1 week from today. And 1 week from today, I will put it back in the Facebook group. So go ahead and if you are not in the Facebook group, if you want to be in the Facebook group, let me get the link dropped in. It's just ! group. Let's see if Nightbot loves me today. Does Nightbot love me? Nightbot loves me, you guys. Yay! All right. Debbie said, yep, I'll be there. Coffee straight up black. All right. So that is 7 p.m. Eastern time, you guys. 1 week from today. That's when Debbie's going to be over here with us. All right. Also, 1 week from today is when we open up the Sew and Tell in the Facebook group. So if you have a project that you want shown on the channel, it will be shown the first Tuesday of the month. So I believe that is May 7th this time around. So we will be doing Sew and Tell on May 7th, right before we kick off. Hi, Lisa. She's jumping in saying, hi, everybody. If you want to be part of Sew and Tell, you will need to submit either through the Facebook group or you need to send me an email. If you need my email, do email in the live chat. If you want to participate in Sew and Tell and you have not already, please participate. It doesn't have to be a finished item. Last month we had a lot of charity blocks that people had put together, and those were amazing. I love seeing everything that everybody's working on. There will be a giveaway project or giveaway item in October. That will be 6 months. We will be doing the Sew and Tell. So on 6 months, we are going to do a giveaway. So every 6 months for Sew and Tell, we are going to do a giveaway. If you have participated in Sew and Tell, you are eligible for the giveaway. Okay? All right. How are you guys feeling? Did I throw a lot at you? Please tell me, did I throw a lot at you? Today has been that day, you guys. I went to the store, or went to the doctor's office, and then went to the store, and got back just in time. And of course the weather's changing here, so I dressed for really, really cold weather. It's not really cold outside right now. I would have been fine in jeans and t-shirt. So I got back and I was sweaty, so I had to do something. So I jumped in the shower before I got on here, you guys. The chat is so quiet. You guys are just listening to me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys. So let me know. Let me know what you think. We are going to start working on Sparkle. So if you guys remember, let's see, was it 2 weeks ago? I want to say it's 2 weeks ago. I let you guys vote on which project I was going to be doing. You guys chose Sparkle. That was what everybody voted to have me do, is Sparkle. And Sparkle has all these cute little, kind of like stars almost looking going. Okay? So, I looked at the instructions. We've already cut all the fat 8s up according to the instructions. So, what they want you to do first, let me make sure I'm covering up all the measurements, because you guys, it is a purchase pattern, so you guys would have to purchase it. So what we are doing first is we are making these little diamond units, or these little triangle units. So there's going to be a little triangle and a wing on each side of the triangle. So that's what we're going to start with. Laura says, sorry I'm listening, but also waiting on my father. No worries, Laura. Oh, I understand. Mona says, hi everyone. Well, hello, Mona. I cannot talk today, you guys. Oh my goodness. I need some more caffeine. Debbie says, are those periwinkles? So cute. They're kind of like periwinkles, aren't they? So the funny thing is, this is, it's not just little diamonds. There's also little, squareness or quarter square triangle sets. So there's all that running together. I bet I know what that phone call was. My doctor's office likes to do, and you guys can chime in on this too. My doctor's office wants to do little surveys after every time that you go visit the doctor. Doesn't matter what you visited the doctor for. They want to know, did the doctor do a good job? And, you know, especially if you're getting prescribed medication or anything like that, you don't quite really have an answer for that until you know whether or not whatever medication works, right? So I hate taking those little surveys, so I try to avoid them whenever possible. All right, so what I'm doing is I've got these triangles, and this is such a cute little fabric, you guys. And then my triangle pieces will go, on the corners like that. You know what? Let me drop this in the link, you guys. In case you are wanting to do this pattern, there is a link for the pattern. And this way you can also see the fabrics up close. I've got a link for the fabrics. Lisa says the surveys drive me nuts. I usually don't do them. Yeah, neither do I. Andrea says, not chatty today. I have a major headache. Oh, no. She might have to do replay, but she'll hang in there as long as possible. Andrea, whatever you do not give yourself even more of a headache. If you need to watch the replay, just watch the replay. You are fine with me. I am not going to be upset. Mona says, my doctor doesn't do that. I wish mine didn't. I really wish mine didn't. There's a corporation that took over the healthcare system here in the local area, and that corporation is all about those little surveys. So I don't know if that's what it is, but I don't think I have a voicemail, so, I assume that that's what it is. Yeah, Mona says, Andrea, I'm sorry you have a headache. Yes, absolutely. Headaches are no fun. And I would much rather you enjoy watching this when you don't have a headache than watching it while you got a headache and stressing yourself out more. So I am perfectly fine if you want to change the channel and turn it off, whatever. Take care of that headache. I do not like having headaches myself, you guys. All right. Oh, no, that one's not a survey. Okay, I know who that is. All right. They finally left a message, you guys. Gotta love when they take so much of your time up and they finally leave a message. All right. Laura says, Andrea, I get migraines often. You may want to try an ice pack on the back of your neck or forehead. Yeah, that actually works. Another home remedy option for migraines is, this is going to sound insane. And it works great for kids, and it does work for adults, but it's a lot easier to do for kids. You put your feet and your hands in, just your feet and hands, not like taking a bath or whatever, but put your feet and your hands in the coldest water you can handle. So you typically put your kid up on the kitchen counter or whatever, fill the sink with really cold water, and they put their feet and their hands in there, maybe 15 minutes. And it's worked wonders. Worked great instead of Tylenol when my son was growing up. But yeah, I like these other suggestions. And Kimberly's in the same boat. She has got a migraine as well. So yeah, you guys, if you guys have migraines, do not hang out. That is perfectly fine. Definitely just come watch the replay though. Help my channel out that way. But do not make yourself sick. Do not make yourself ill just to support my channel. That's not fair to you guys. And I care about you guys more than, I love my YouTube ratings. Don't get me wrong. I love them. But I care about you guys more than that. Mona is asking, my machine is huge. What kind? It is a Bernina 770. So there is 8 inches from here to... Don't quote me. It might be 10. It's either 8 or 10 inches from the needle to this arm. So it is a fairly big machine. I do not carry it with me anywhere. It stays at home. It is my homebody. And her name is Beauty. And I have started adorning her with stickers. So I've got one. You can barely see a little bit of it there. There's one off to the side here. And then there's one right up here. So, gotta have the fun parts, right? Magnesium and B2 will help prevent migraines. I can't attest to that, but if that's something that somebody wants to try, absolutely. I haven't had any luck with doing vitamins to help prevent migraines. It depends on what's causing the migraine, is my understanding. And I actually am dealing with a neurologist about mine. And Michelle's Craft some more, saying peppermint oil under the tongue helps her headaches normally. Oh, that's nice that you've got a solution. I don't know that I could handle peppermint oil because it is incredibly strong. So I'm not sure if I could or not. Andrea says, Doc says your blood pressure's, oh, yeah, and have to increase your meds. I'm going to watch replay. Thanks. Yes, Andrea, definitely just watch replay. Yeah, if your blood pressure is high, you are going to have a headache. That absolutely happens. And she's going to go lay back down. Perfect. Laura said, Michelle, I've also been told that peppermint oil on your temples helps. Ooh, I think I might be able to handle that one better than the under the tongue thing. Under the tongue, just, I will taste something for 3 days after having it in my mouth. So I think I just have sensory issues. So I'm not sure if the peppermint oil would help me that way. So I'm glad she's going to take some rest. I definitely am. And Kimberly, if you need to duck out too, I understand. Let's see. Mona did what? Says my daughter's neurological doctor suggested that you use peppermint oil all over my kitchen. It keeps pests away. Ooh. Well, that's double duty. The peppermint oil for the migraines and then also as pest control. That's not a bad... I kind of like her neurologist for that. Why use something for one task when you can use it for 2? And then just a couple drops is all you really need. It will also open your sinuses when you put it under your tongue. Yeah, and that's, I think, my problem is that when I have a migraine, it is not my sinuses. It used to be. Growing up, it was my sinuses. But it isn't anymore. It's more tension headaches and hormonal changes causing my migraines. Or that's what my neurologist is under the impression of right now. So I'm not sure if I could do either of those. But it's good help for those who can. Laura says, I see my neurologist every 3 months. I was diagnosed with chronic migraines in 2014. Yeah, I got diagnosed with complex migraines back in 2015, I believe. I was working at a call center, at one of my call center jobs that I've had, and I remember having a conversation with a guy and his wife, and then I don't remember anything. Like, I know that I, handed my phone off to my supervisor, and I know my service dog went and got my supervisor. But beyond that, I don't remember anything. So, and that's when they said that it was a complex migraine that caused me to basically black out. I haven't had one of those in a really long time, so knock on wood. Chloe, hello all. Good evening, Chloe. I have released some dates, Chloe, so if you missed the beginning, you will have to go back and re-watch the beginning. I did release some dates. We are going to do that Fat Quarter Friendly project, and I'm not going to release the name of it until we are doing the project. So you guys don't have any hints as to what it's going to look like, but I promise you it is beginner friendly. I mean, it's got some challenge to it, but it is so easy. And even if you're not used to having, perfect quarter-inch seams or whatever, you can make it work. So that is one of the cool things about it. So, all right, so this project, you guys, the book has you do all of the little diamond pieces. So I'm going to be making all of the pieces with both of their little wings. I know this one's a little hard to see because it's so light. But so all these are going to have their little wings on them. And then after that's done, then we do the quarter square triangles. And they want it up on the design wall or the design floor or design table or design bed, wherever you can lay it out. So we will do some of that. We won't do all of it, not all of it, but we'll do some of that. So you guys will see kind of the process of it. And let's see. Laura says I had spinal meningitis in 2000. Since then, one diagnosis after another, including nerve damage. Yes. Yeah, when you get any kind of diagnosis that affects your nervous system, whether it's a permanently changing disorder, like multiple sclerosis or spinal meningitis would be, where it can be further debilitating the further it goes. Yeah, I fully would not be surprised to see, additional diagnoses come along with it. Because usually once you get one of them, you're going to have others, unfortunately. I feel so bad for you because that's a tough road. Very tough road. Chloe is saying hi to Mona and Michelle. She's leaving all the rest of you out, you guys. Chloe's just not giving any of the rest of you guys any attention. I've got to pick on Chloe. I've got to pick on Chloe. I watch for her to jump into the chat, and so I've got to pick on her. She's my only Rhode Island subscriber that I know of. So I've got to pick on the Rhode Islanders. I don't know why I've got to pick on Rhode Islanders, though, Chloe. I don't know. Maybe it's because you guys get 2 words, but then West Virginia. So I guess that's not it. Oh, I am so thankful you guys are here tonight. I really needed some time to just touch fabric today. Chloe's laughing. Yeah, I needed to touch fabric, so this is perfect. I managed to get this stuff cut out earlier today. I have not finished cutting out all of my little triangles from the background fabric. So I haven't finished cutting out all of these. So I'll have to go back and finish cutting those out. But I am going to be running around the state tomorrow. I've got some stuff I've got to take care of. So I will be out and about. Laura says, heck, they told my hubby I had a 5% chance of living. His response was, oh boy, you really don't know my wife. Now that's good. That's really good. And see, he was right. They really didn't know you because you're still here to talk to us today. So yes, that is pretty stinking amazing. Pretty amazing. So I'm trying to get the greens gone through, you guys. This one has like peace on earth and jolly and holiday and all that kind of stuff. I love some of these fabrics a lot more than I thought I would. Like, just looking at them, they're pretty. Don't get me wrong, they're pretty. But I really didn't think I would love them. And I am actually starting to love them. They're Christmas. Don't get me wrong, they are definitely Christmas. But I am kind of starting to love these. So that's kind of the bonus. So we're only going to hang out here till about 6 because I do need to get stuff going for my trip for tomorrow. And yeah. And then, okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to be looking for at the quilt show. Are you guys ready? Do you guys have shopping lists? Laura says, I've told my kids, I'm tough. I'm a tough old lady. Don't mess with me. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So when I go to a quilt show, you guys, I do not go with the intent of not coming home with things. I go with the intent of I'm going to come home with something. And I do set myself a budget. But I also go with a shopping list. Chloe says yes, so she goes with a shopping list. Yeah, I have to go with a shopping list because otherwise I will see all these pretty things and there's far too many of them that will come home with me. So I have to set myself a budget and or a shopping list. So if I don't really need anything, that's when I set a budget. And then if I happen to see something that I've been wanting, oh yeah, it's coming home. I don't wait because I don't have as much access as I used to local quilt shops. So that is, yeah, that's one of my plans. Have you guys heard of the fast turn tubes? Have you guys heard of those? I watched a video, I think it was another YouTube creator, and I'm sure you guys know her. I'm sure she's come across your channel or across your feed before. Laura says, budget? Tell me more about this. I'm not sure I understand. Laura, I'm going with you because then we'll come home with stuff that you'll send home with me too, right? That's how we'll do it. You buy it and I'll come home with it. So I am going to get, if they have them at the quilt show, I'll get them, because what brand? It is actually from Fast Turn. It's I don't remember. You can go like fastturn.net, I believe. I think that's the website. And if you guys don't know, Lisa says, I have some tube turners. They are wonderful. Yes, I've looked at them in the past, and I've just not been sold on them because I didn't know how they worked. Like, I didn't know, exactly what I would be doing with them. And like, it didn't make sense what their purpose would be in quilting. Like, I've seen them used for like clothing, but I'm not actively making clothing, so I don't need to make spaghetti straps and like all that kind of stuff. I don't. Laura says, honestly, my husband is my worst enabler. I always spend more with him. Yes. So this sparkle kit, I went to Paducah, and I went kind of with a budget, but I knew I wanted to bring home quilt kits. That was like my thing. I didn't know what quilt kits. I didn't have a specific shopping list of what quilt kits. I just knew I wanted to come home with some. So one of the quilt kits that I came home with, he chose, let's go ahead and make that one first, but he picked this one out too. Pajama Quilter says, Laura, my husband is like that as well. Chloe, we could be shopping buddies. Yes, absolutely. I mean, you guys just need to swing out to Wyoming and pick me up, We'll just make it a girls trip. Well, you just come pick me up, you guys. I'm game. The fast turns are pricey. I think it was like $85 for the whole set of like every size that they have. So that's not that bad. Like all the knockoff ones or whatever, I have not seen exactly how to use them properly, but I have seen how to use the name brand ones. And it comes with like 6 or 8 sizes. And I've got a quilt in mind, or I've actually got 2 quilts in mind where I'll need it. And one, I'm going to be doing a lot of piping on it. So being able to turn the piping with it. And it's not going to be traditional piping. It's actually going to be like rope piping. So I want to be able to turn that at a bias. Laura says, I'm in Arizona, maybe meet in Las Vegas. Oh, that might work. That might work. I don't know. We might have to talk about that. Now, I'm thinking, you guys don't quote me on this, okay? Because it is just thoughts right now. It is not reality. I have not made plans yet. I want to try to possibly go to QuiltCon next year. Because it's in Phoenix, that puts it a lot closer to me other than the East Coast. Because I don't really want to go to Raleigh just to go to QuiltCon. I mean, it would be one thing if I still lived closer to the East Coast, but I don't. So I really am not sure I want to go that route. Let's see. Oh, y'all are hilarious, you guys. I mean, absolutely hilarious. You make me laugh. Now, I'm going to be at Quilt Wyoming this year, which is in Cheyenne. Or it is this year. And I know, she's not in the chat, but if she shows up in the chat, I'll point her out. But I've already got one offer of somebody wanting to come up and come meet me at the quilt show, part of QuiltCon or Quilts Wyoming. So that's kind of exciting. I do really want to kind of meet you guys because that would be kind of cool. It could be real life friends instead of just online friends, right? We're gonna hope and pray for that, you know? We're gonna hope and pray for it. So let's see. So I've got this. I do have, you know what? I need to check and see something, you guys. Let's see if I can find out. I am going to see whether or not that Halloween design pack is still available real quick through the designer. So bear with me just a second. I'm going to go pull up their website and let's see if they have a search function. They do. So we get to search. Oh, you know what, you guys? They might still offer it. And if they do, they do. Okay, so let me give you guys a link. And it is actually 20... Am I reading that right? It's 29% off, you guys. Not 25, not 30. It's 29% off. Lisa says, I am going to Quilt Wyoming. Okay, well, we'll meet up at Quilt Wyoming. We just got to make it happen, right? All right, so you guys, I'm going to do, and I'm going to pull up at something else while I've got you guys on for those who aren't in the Facebook group. The link that I just put in is for Halloween Town. It is the embroidery design pack that I'm using for the other, I can't talk, you guys. I swear I can't talk today. It is the design pack for the project I'm going to work on recorded channels. Okay, so I'm going to record that. I'm not going to do that live. But I am going to embroider that Halloween Town pack. So you guys get to see that and participate in watching it come together. So that will also be coming up in May as well. All right, so I'm going to go grab screenshot. There we go. Let's see. Let's see if I can close that. No, I can't close that. All right, we're going to do it that way. There we go. Let me go grab, I'm going to show you guys what I finished. So I got done with a project on Friday. And if you guys are in the Facebook group, you've already seen it. Denise, let me see. Let me grab that screen so I can see what you're saying. Listening only, had eye surgery today. Oh gosh. Well, I'm glad you're here. Definitely listen. Do not strain your eyes. All right, so I'm going to share this to you guys so you guys get to see it. This is the Elizabeth Hartman Star Systems quilt that I have gotten done with. Michelle saying, hi, Denise. Hope that surgery went well. All right, so you guys, this is the Elizabeth Hartman Star Systems quilt. And I did make it larger. Okay, so if you are looking at it, that center star system, the gray, that is part of the original pattern. This pink, red, orange, yellow, green, teal, blue, and purple are part of the original pattern. And the original pattern stopped at the edge of the purple, at the edge of the red, at the edge of the yellow, and at the edge of the teal. So there would not be extra star systems in there, and that quilt was going to be 80 inches by 80 inches. However, I wanted a much larger quilt, so I did do double on those star systems, and that quilt top is now done. So it is finished. I will still have to quilt it, obviously, but I wanted you guys to be able to see that here on the channel. Even if you are not in the, let me get you guys back off of that. Even if you guys are not in the Facebook group. So I didn't want you to miss out. Chloe is saying, Denise, I hope you heal soon. I do agree. I hope you are feeling much better very soon, Denise. I could not imagine having anything done to my eyes. My dad's had some kind of eye surgery recently, and I was asking him about it, and I was like, weren't you terrified? Because he's one of those, he doesn't like doctors. And he's like, nope. You know, they did all this numbing stuff, and then next thing I know, I'm done. I was like, oh, well, okay, maybe I could have surgery done. So I got that. Laura says, I love it, Tammy. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. I got into a groove Friday and finished that Friday night, and then got up Saturday morning and then had the live. And I was working on this prismatic star, putting it back together. That is all I have gotten done, is this little 1/8 section of the quilt. I did have some more diamond pieces up here, but they've fallen off thanks to my fan. But I will have to get working on it because I want to try to get it done before May 1st as well. I want to get it off the wall, get it off the plate, and get settled again. So I'm gonna bring the machine back up. Now that I know that you guys can access Halloween Town, I did put the link in the description or in the chat box. I did not put it in the description. Let me go do that real quick. That way, if you are coming in here and watching on the replay, you can get the Halloween Town pattern downloaded if you do like it. All right, so that is now saved in the description box, so you guys have that option as well. So that will be something we're doing in May, in addition to doing the Fat Quarter Friendly project. And it is in addition to working on Sparkle. Sparkle is going to be my Tuesday night project for a little bit. And we are going to have some more surprises coming in the Facebook group. So if you are a member of that, you will see them. If you are not, you will be able to see them later on. You just won't see them as they come out. So you will see some of those a little bit later. So is anybody traveling this summer? Do any of you have travel plans? Are you going out of town? Are you going to a concert? Are you going to go visit family or friends? Are you going to the all famous like Disney kind of property stuff, like the amusement parks and such, or Six Flags, or whatever fancy amusement park you've decided on? Oh, it is a quiet night, you guys. It's quiet. We're gonna get through this stack, and that's gonna be it for tonight. So we don't have that much further. I've got maybe 15, 16 of these left, so it's not that far. I am putting the other side off to the side so that I'm sewing only the one side on right now. That way I don't get confused, because you guys have seen me confused. It does happen, I promise. I get confused easily. Just point something shiny or fabric-y in my path, and I get distracted. Let's see. Michelle says, my oldest daughter is going to the Charleston, South Carolina area and meeting my youngest daughter there for a mini vacay. Oh, that sounds like fun. Ooh, a mini vacation. That would be awesome. All right. Don says he's going to Missouri in June and South Dakota in August. Well, that would be probably the route I would go. Get Missouri out of the way before the worst of the summer hits, and then go somewhere where the summers aren't usually as bad when the worst of the summer hits. Chloe says the usual to New Hampshire, to Santa's Village, and also water parks. Ooh, I might have to check out the whole Santa's Village thing. Do they make it snow in the middle of the summer? Is that a thing? Like, do they keep it cool enough? Because I can't handle the heat. Lisa says I'm going to the Black Hills Quilt Retreat in June. Oh, that sounds awesome. Quilt Wyoming in July, and camping with friends in the Bighorn Mountains in July. You're going to be all over the place, Lisa. So Black Hills in June, Quilt, Wyoming in July, and Bighorn Mountains camping in July. Oh my gosh. You're not going to be around at all during July. You're going to be traveling everywhere. Laura says my father is going from Iowa to Arizona to see his first great granddaughter. How exciting! I will be traveling to see her and fly back with him as he isn't able to travel alone. Hey, well, what better way to get time out of the house than to travel to go visit family? That's awesome. That's sweet. Chloe says, it is in August with my nephews, nieces, and sister-in-law and mother-in-law. Ooh, no snow. Okay. You lost me there. You lost me there. CC Real 64 says, hi, Tammy and everybody. Hi, CC Real. If you don't mind, if you'd put a name in there, I'll call you by your name versus your screen name, unless you just want to go with your screen name. I am game either way. We are just chatting about where everybody is going to go vacation this summer. Oh, speaking of vacation, you guys. Okay, it's not really a vacation, so you can't count it as a vacation because it's not really. I am going to see my best friend from high school. I'm going to be going to Salt Lake City at the end of May. So, I need to be there Wednesday morning, which means my Tuesday night live at the end of May may be from a hotel room. Or I may be able to record it and log in remotely and play it. I don't know. So we're going to play some technical... we're going to play technology bingo and see if I get it right. But we will figure something out, okay? So there's one live at the end of May. Oh, you're Charlotte. Good. Thank you, Charlotte. I will remember that, or I will try to. If I ever forget your name, if I ever do, if I forget your name, don't take it personally. Just let me know again, and I will pick it up. I am pretty good about picking up people's names, and remembering who is who. I've had a couple people jump in today that, there is definitely their screen names. And I had to definitely try to remember some real names today. So what I'm working on, Charlotte, is I'm working on the sparkle pattern. If you want to purchase this pattern, it is still available. I got this back in 2017. But if you do want to get this pattern, you can do exclamation pattern in the chat. And that will give you a link to where you can purchase this pattern. The fabrics that I'm using is exclamation fabrics. It is a Moda Juniper Berry line. Just don't call you late to dinner. Well, you know, dinner was half an hour ago, so kind of. Just kidding. Thank you. I'm glad you think it's beautiful. This is actually the viewer's choice. So back several weeks ago, I had 4 quilt kits. Laura says, I envy you, Tammy. I have a hard time remembering names, but I always remember a face. Okay. You guys are going to laugh in just a minute. I will tell you. I will tell you. All right. So, so back to the story real quick. Charlotte, about 2 or 3 weeks ago or so, I put up all 4 quilt kits, and I did a little poll where people could vote on which quilt kit they wanted. So everybody had a week to vote, and out of the 4 quilt kits, this Christmas one is the one that was selected. Now my husband did pick this one out. Very good, awesome, it is working. So my husband picked this one out, but he did pick out a couple of the others that I was showing. However, this is the only one I mentioned that he picked out. And I know some people picked it up because they liked it, and some people picked it out because my husband picked it. So it is what it is. But this is the viewer's choice. So that's why I'm putting this one together before any of the others. All right. So, Laura, the story behind me laughing so hard at you saying that you remember the face, but you don't remember the name. So I don't remember faces. There is a condition called, I love the fabric. Is it a vintage kit block? No, or vintage kite block. I don't know. I don't know if it technically is or not, but it will kind of look like a kite. But it's a 2-part kite. So I think all the vintage ones were done like template cutting style, and this one is definitely not. So I am kind of worried about something later on, and I'll show you guys later on when you'll see it and understand what I'm talking about. But I can definitely tell that in the pattern book, the like image on the front, they used some kind of software to put the fabric in. This isn't the actual finished quilt. There's a lot missing from it. All right, so back to the story for Laura. So there's a condition called prosopagnosia, and it is face blindness. There are celebrities who suffer from it. Brad Pitt is one. A lot of people consider him aloof or distant, but until it was made public that he had prosopagnosia, nobody understood why he just kind of seems kind of aloof from people. But I have the same problem. I will seem aloof from people, not because I don't want to know who you are. It's because I don't recognize you. So if you were to take my mom's face or my dad's face or even my husband's face, and you were to remove all facial hair, all like eyebrows, like beard, mustache, all that gone, remove any image of their hair or their ears, no glasses, nothing like that. If I'm given no clues as to who someone is, I cannot tell my own parents. Like, you could put them in with a whole bunch of strangers, and looking at the faces, I would have no idea. So like, even like when I go shopping and my husband and I like might separate at the store or whatever, I have to take a mental note of what he's wearing before he walks away. I don't think he realizes I do it. He knows I have prosopagnosia and I don't recognize people. And I also don't recognize my own name. So somebody can like yell across the room, Tammy, and I don't recognize that. Now you yell something like Siberian Wind, I'll recognize that because I'm the only one with that name. But like I was at the pharmacy picking up medicine earlier today, and they called my last name over the intercom, and I was literally having to listen to it and hope that they repeated themselves so I knew whether or not it was actually my name. But I couldn't recognize faces. I recognize people based off of their body mannerisms, and off of their voices and the way they walk or do other things. So like Becca and Tiffany and Ian and Sean and Katie were all at QuiltCon. I know there were others, but those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. But they were all at QuiltCon, and people were coming up to them and saying, hi. Well, you might see me out in public and come up and say hi. Please do not ever be offended if I don't recognize you. Not just because I don't recognize you because I'm seeing screen names versus seeing faces. Kimberly saying, I need to head out. Have a great evening, all. Good evening, Kimberly. I'll be heading out here shortly myself. We've got like 8 minutes left, you guys, because I am going to end this right at 6 my time. So yeah, I don't recognize people. I wish I did, but I don't. I never have. And it never really kind of made sense because everybody that I needed to know, I would see them in the same places over and over and over. So for example, I would see somebody at school, and that's the only place I would ever see them. So everything made sense. Like, I would recognize people because they had the mannerisms that they needed to have, but they were also in the environment I expected them to be in. So, same thing here. Like, I can see somebody and I see them somewhere else completely, and I have no idea who I'm looking at. All right, so you guys, I got all these sewn. Let me see if I've got my thread cutter thingy. I do. So this is just one stack, and this should be 40 of them. I wanted to get one of every color in here. And I'm just going to do that throughout the whole thing. Not that I have to, and not that it's going to matter, because they're all going to get moved around and shifted when all is said and done. So it's not really going to make that big of a difference. But let me show you guys. I'm going to grab one of these darker ones. Let's go with this one, because this is a very distinctly dark. So I've got this little triangle here, and I've got the little corner triangle. So we will be putting this other corner triangle on. So that's what we're going to work on next week, is I'm going to try to get all of these done. We're going to see with working on Prismatic Star if I've got time. If not, we'll start working on those next week. But I still have stacks. That's one stack. And that's another stack. So I still have them. I did separate them, so these are like the teals and the greens. And the other stack has the blacks, whites, and reds. Charlotte says, Sean's interview with you is the first time I'd seen you. You lived on the Mississippi coast at one time, if I remember correctly. Yes, you do. I lived in Biloxi about 9 months. We're commiserating about mosquitoes. That makes sense, Charlotte. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, definitely commiserating about the mosquitoes. I don't miss them. I don't miss them. Now, one thing about the mosquitoes here, thankfully, we're going to knock on wood again. And hope that my dog didn't think that was a knock on the door. One thing about the mosquitoes here is they are yellow and black. And instead of like the mosquitoes down south where you don't know until you've already been bit and they've already left for a while, you're going to feel the mosquitoes here. You are definitely going to feel them. Now, Charlotte, I did mention earlier in the chat, or in the live, I don't know if you were in. I didn't see you comment, so I didn't know if you were here or not. I am doing a Fat Quarter Friendly project. The dates you need to put on the calendar are May 9th, 10th, 16th, and 17th. If you want to join in, you bring your own fat quarters, and I will show you what you have to do to make a throw or a king, whichever size you want. Did I cut all of those by hand? Kind of. So I had to cut strips, and this will kind of give you kind of an idea. So like this from the bottom to the top was part of a strip set, and I just had to lay the template across the top, line my ruler up against it, and then cut. So I kind of cut them by hand, but I had to cut one of these strips and a larger strip from each of the fat eighths. And they didn't give you a lot of extra wiggle room, so if you cut wrong, you were going to screw it up. But yeah, so I cut strip sets, and then I laid everything out. And these are both part of the same fabric. And they actually, no, they don't connect right there. Maybe they connect right there. Yeah, there we go. So like this was part of a strip set right here. And so it's just been sliced apart. You weren't, okay, yeah. Yeah, go back and rewatch the beginning. If you did not catch the beginning of the live, or you are watching on the replay, go back and rewatch the beginning. If you did not write down those dates, it is May 9th, 10th, 16th, and 17th. It is going to be a 4-part class. It is 100% free. You do not have to pay anything for it. If you want to participate, great. If you don't, that's fine. You can absolutely watch it just for watching it. I appreciate all the watch hours because that actually helps. You guys, I am halfway there to YouTube monetizing my channel. So I am over halfway there on my subscribers. I am not yet, or I'm just over halfway there on my watch hours. So we are going to try to get those watch hours up. Chloe says, I will rewatch. Yes. And I will get, in the beginning of the video, I do give the number of fat quarters you need in order to make, whether you're making a throw size or king size. If you want to make just a wall hanging, that's what I will show initially at the beginning. so you guys kind of have an idea of what we're going to achieve. So you're not completely doing a mystery, but it will be a mystery up until May 9th. Okay, so you're not going to know anything until May 9th about what it's going to look like or how we're going to get there. Okay, so I do need to get off of here. I've got to get some stuff done tonight because I do have to go throughout the state tomorrow. Gotta do a little bit of traveling. So I've got to get stuff done and get it packed up and get ready to take care of that. I do want, and I'll say this as a want, I do want to get a couple of lives in with you guys. I would like to try, I don't think I'm going to get it in Thursday night. Just depends on what baseball is doing. Because I'm trying not to take any of the time that my husband's home away from him by doing YouTube, if that makes sense. But there may be a couple more lives. If I manage to get one in Saturday morning, it will be a small miracle, but I'm looking at like Thursday night and then Saturday morning. So those are kind of my time frames. If I get at least one in, that'll be fine. If I get both in, that would be awesome. So I will probably be working on Prismatic Star. If you guys have not seen that, let me swap the camera back over real quick so you guys have one last peek at it. So I got 1/8 of it done last Saturday. So Thursday and then again on Saturday, we're going to try to work on that and see if we can not spend so much time with Jackie this time around. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely share the channel, share the videos, get this, share it with people who you think would enjoy it. I want everyone who is here to be enjoying the content. If you have any feedback for me, let me know. I do appreciate all of it, and I do look at all of it. So thank you guys. I will see you Thursday, Saturday, or if not, I will see you for sure Tuesday, and we will have Debbie over here. Be prepared. It's going to be a fun night. All right. Bye, you guys.